welcome back to the Bookworms of Buddy. It is time for Let's Talk Authors. It's been a few weeks, but it's because I'm finding it hard to talk about authors now because I'd like to have read more than just a couple books by them. I want to be able to at least say I've read 3 or 4 of their books. I've got so many books to read. I've got them stored here in my head of what I want to do, but I just need to read the series that I have of these authors so that I can talk about them. I did manage to come up with an author, and it might surprise you guys that this is a historical romance writer. I do not read romance, and this author I read about 20 years ago, I'm going to say. This was before internet, and this was before, being able to look books up on Goodreads and that kind of stuff. And I actually was working at Dollar General at the time and first saw one of the books and thought, oh, well, this must be the first book. And so I picked the book up, and each week when a new truck would come in, a new one of the series would come by this author into Dollar General where I was working at the time, and I ended up with 4 of the books, and I had read them thinking, oh, well, I've read these in order, and it just wasn't true. Then within the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years, I actually found what I thought was the first book in the series, and it ended up being the second book in the series, but I read it and explained a lot more. But then I find out there's another book before this one, and there's actually now 9 books in that series, and I've only read 5 of them, and I really would like to read the series again. It is on Indians. I know, this white female who got captured by this Indian tribe, and the tears just flowed when I read this series. And anyway, let's just move on. I'm getting all sappy. But this is the Ecstasy series by Janelle Taylor. And she does have romantic suspense as well. And I've read a couple of those books. But this one is book number 2, which I was sure was the first book because it read like it was the first book. And this is Defiant Ecstasy. I'm not going to tell you everything about this series because one thing leads to another. But it is, like I said, about this white girl who, when Indians were more present, and this tribe captured her. And it was her dealing with living with these Indians, being fearful, not knowing what was going to happen. And yeah, I was just engaged completely in this series. And I think it's because there was more to it than just, oh, I love you, he loves me, let's have sex and make a family kind of thing. When you read a lot of Harlequin books, they always seemed like they were the same thing. They get mad at each other, they fight, oh, they get happy again, have sex, and then mad at each other again. And that's pretty much what Harlequin was to me. I didn't really find a lot of stories, which is what turned me off of romance to start with, because that is not a place to start if you want to read romance, is to read Harlequin, because like the older ones, things may have changed now, but the older Harlequins were all the same story to me. And like I said, that's why I don't read romance now, I think. But this series just, it just captured me, and I was so engrossed in it, and I just enjoyed the story so much that I craved the next book and the next book and the next book just to see what happens to this girl. And I'm just rambling now, but like I said, there's 9 in the series now. I need to get 4 more of them, and I need to get that first book. And then I'm just going to go through the series again once I get the first book. That first book is called Savage Ecstasy, and I'm going to look around and see if I can find it, and I can continue on. And I think one of the things that really captured my attention were these covers of these books. They're kind of simple. And you'll see that with each one of them, they're simple. You don't got this Indian and this woman half naked on the cover. They're Indian related. And if you do like romance, I do suggest Janelle Taylor for this. So anyway, this one is Defiant Ecstasy, which is book 2. And then we've got Forbidden Ecstasy, which is 3. And like I said, look at the covers. They're so pretty. And then book 4 is Brazen Ecstasy. Again, beautiful cover. 5 is Tender Ecstasy. 6 is Bittersweet Ecstasy. And that is all that I have. So I need books 1, 7, 8, and 9 to complete the series. And I want to read it. I want to finish them. And I will never forget this series. I will never forget these characters. I will never forget her struggles. And I will never forget the emotion that I felt reading this series. And it's just odd for me. I guess it's just one of those romance series that is, there's so much more to it than just this couple. Anyway, moving on. I have 4 other books here by Janelle Taylor. This one, Don't Go Home, which is one of her suspense books, and I really enjoyed that one. And the other one that I read was Promise Me Forever, which is a historical suspense, I guess, kind of. And I really enjoyed that one a lot, too, which is why I've hung on to it. And then 2 of the other ones that I got by her is Follow the Wind and Chase the Wind. And I did not look it up. I don't know if these 2 are together or not. I don't know. I know this one is Indian related. So I'll have to check on those and let you guys know later. But those are the books that I have by Janelle Taylor. And like I said, if you like romance or you like romantic suspense, then pick up Promise Me Forever or Don't Go Home. If you like romance, then pick up the Ecstasy series. It's beautifully written and heart-wrenching and it's just emotional. And I want to read this again. Yeah, so if you guys have read Janelle Taylor, or if you've read that series, let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.